very, very glad that we've been doing what we've just been doing for the last 40 minutes. We've had an excellent Bible class, learning and seeing what the Bible teaches. In our case, in this class, it's been about Paul, and David's doing an excellent job taking us through kind of a brief survey of his travels and life, kind of leading us up to the prison epistles. But now the opposite sometimes happens. Sometimes people pick up to read. I'm not opposed to reading now. But I wish everyone would take note of what they are reading. Who wrote it? And what biases did that person have who wrote it? As if, for instance, there is a very popular speaker and writer among ladies in the religious world today. And if you were to go to her website, she will tell you what she believes. And she believes that salvation is at the point of faith only. She's very clear about that. She's also very clear about her premillennial views. And so I kind of think when I read that's what she believes. Is that really where I want to go for my study material? There's another, and just happens to be a lady as well. And she made the statement many years ago, it's in writing, people have kind of noted it, that she kind of said, I want and I wish for more than what's in the Bible. I want God to talk to me more than just through the Scriptures. So she wrote a series of books that I'm afraid when some people read, it's as if this Scripture, and this is Jesus talking to them. But instead of it being Scripture, it's her ideas, really. Once again, if somebody says, are you opposed to reading? And don't you sometimes read some commentaries or other materials where they're not New Testament Christians. They have views different than what the Bible teaches. Yes, I read those books. I do. But I hope that I kind of know where these people are coming from when they write, so I can find the good and kind of discard the bad. Now I'll read you Scripture in light of all that. 2 Timothy chapter 2, beginning of verse 14. Remind them of these things and charge them before God, not to quarrel about words, which does no good, but only ruins the hearers. Do your best to present yourself to God as one approved, a workman who has no need to be ashamed, rightly handling the word of truth, but avoid irreverent babble, for it will lead people into more and more ungodliness, and their talk will spread like gangrene. Among them are Hymenaeus and Philetus, who have swerved from the truth, saying that the resurrection has already happened. They are upsetting the faith of some. And in this passage, somebody might say, well, that's not exactly what you were talking about. But I do think he's saying, you be careful to handle the word of truth, and you be careful about everything else. And watch out for those people who would be false teachers. Messed up Hymenaeus and Philetus, and now they've swerved from the truth, and they're upsetting the faith of some. Be careful what you listen to. Be careful what you read. And always let the Bible be the number one source. Absolutely. The number one. Because it really is the only source of truth. If we could assist you in your obedience tonight, if you need prayer and you'd like for us to pray for you, if you need to come, please come as we stand and sing.